So now we need to stylize the navigation links using CSS, and our navigation links look very unappealing, but we're going to make them look beautiful. So the way that works is we're going to go into CSS, and we're actually going to go into the index.html, and we're going to make a class here. So we're going to say class equals, and I guess I can call it nav for navigation, and I'll go ahead and save that. And now I'm going to stylize everything in that element. So I'll say .nav, the two curly brackets, and yeah, so then here, what do I want to do? I guess, so what I want to do here is everything in the nav element that is a li, that is a bullet point, I want to do text decoration none. Okay, so if I go and save that and I come over here and I refresh, oh no, that's not, oh, that's not the way it works. No, so what I'm trying to do is get rid of the bullet points, right? So what I'm saying is for every bullet point, get rid of the bullet points. And the way you get rid of the bullet points, I think it's display inline, right? I'll go and save that, come here and refresh. Okay, there we go. So now they're all in a line. And I actually want these guys centered in the page, right? So I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to say .nav, and everything in the nav should be text align center. So I'll save that and I'll refresh. Okay, great. Let's see. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I want to make sure that the links don't have the standard underline and also doesn't use that purple color. Okay, so how do I do that? I'm going to say everything in the nav class, all the A's, and the A's, if you remember, are the tags that make it a link, and those tags, those A's, actually are defaulted to be underlined, right? And usually blue, and if you've navigated to the page already, it turns purple, right? And so that's a default setting that we want to get rid of. So we come over here and we say, okay, all the A's inside of the nav class, we want to do text decoration none, and I'll save that. It's going to get rid of our underline. Okay, good. And now what about the color of it, right? So the color is you're gonna use color, and I guess we could say black for now. And so I'll save that and I'll refresh. Okay, there we go. And I probably want to make them bigger, right? So I guess we can go up here to the nav, like we don't have to be so specific, like only the A's. We can come up here, or you can come down here, it doesn't matter. But I'm just gonna do it here, and we say font size. Maybe I could do 10 pixels, or no, 15 pixels. I'll save that and I'll refresh it. Ooh, I want it to be bigger. So I'll save that at 25. Okay, there we go. And you can see that they're still clickable, right? But I probably want space in between each one. So how can I do that? Maybe I can come here to the A's and I could say padding right 10 pixels. Now I'll save that. So there we go. Probably want more than that, so I'll do 20 pixels. Probably want even more than that, so I'm gonna do 40. And what is that doing? It's for every A tag. This here is an A tag element. We're putting 40 pixels to the right side of it, right? So to the right side of it. So let's go ahead. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. And now what? I probably want to do a border around the A's, so I could say border. Ooh, I don't remember the syntax, so I'm going to say CSS border. And how does this work? Border property. Yeah, so we're going to use this property here. I'll copy that, and I will paste it in here. And what this means is the border will be the border around the A element will be 5 pixels thick, it'll be solid, and it will be red. So I don't want it to be 5 pixels, so I'm going to change that to 1, and I'm going to change the color from red to black, and I'll save that. And I'll come back over here and I'll refresh it. Okay, so we have yeah, a box, and the box doesn't look very nice, does it? So it's the padding on the right side, and padding is the space on the inside of the element. So that's why we're getting this effect here. And I think what I wanted to use was margin, because margin is the space on the outside of the element. So let's come back over here, and instead of padding, I'm going to use margin dash right. So I'll save that, I'll refresh it. There we go. And now that I have this, I want there to be padding on the inside of this element. I want there to be a little bit of space in between these buttons, right? So I'm going to come here, and right after margin, I'm going to say padding. And the way this works is I'm going to put 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 0 pixels. And this here represents the amount of space at 12 o'clock, so at the top of the element. And this one here is 3 o'clock, which is the amount of space here on the right side of the element. And this number here is 6 o'clock, so the bottom of the element. And then this last one is 9 o'clock, so the left side of the element. So I want the same amount of padding all around, so I'm just going to probably put 10, 10, 10, 10. Save that, I'll refresh, and we get something that looks like this, right? So we're getting there, but we also, I probably want to do rounded corners on these buttons, right? So how do I do that? I can say border rounded corners, CSS, and we go to W3 schools, and we're going to use border radius, right? So I'll come here and I'll say border radius 25 pixels. Well, the 25 pixels means the amount of curve that are in the corners, and I don't want that much curve, so I'm going to put 5 pixels on every corner. And so I'm going to come back over here and refresh, and you can see that they now have a 5 pixel curve on every corner. So maybe I want more than that, so I'm going to change this to 10. Whoa, to 10, and save that and refresh, and yeah, maybe that looks a little bit better. Yeah, I'm probably going to change that to 20. Save that, refresh. Okay, and then maybe add a little bit more space on the sides, so I'm going to do 5 here and 5 here. Save that, refresh. Okay, that's looking a little bit better, and I guess yeah, I guess that's good enough, and we'll continue working on it as we work our way through the tutorial.